Hey guys, and welcome to my very first AudioFabric production tutorial. My name is Saragn and I'm a trance producer from Johannesburg, South Africa. If you'd like to find out a little bit more about me and the work I do, please have a look in the information box below. I've included all sorts of links to social media and the relevant musical outlets. So in this very first episode, we're going to be covering the very simple idea of gain staging. Now, from a foundational perspective, gain staging has got to be one of the single most important concepts that you need to take on board with you as a music producer, whether you produce trance like I do or indeed any other genre of music. And the platform that you use to produce music on is completely irrelevant. The idea of gain staging is transferable across all of these. So, very simply, what gain staging is that we need to control the amplitude of any sound source at that source, not at its output. And I can't stress enough how important gain staging is for a crisp and clean mix at the end of the production process. So let's get into it and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So again, gain staging is the idea that we need to control the amplitude of the signal at its source. Amplitude is just another word for volume. So let's listen to these individual pieces over here. For the purpose of this production tutorial, I've created this little template consisting of a bass patch coming from a Nexus synthesizer, then a kick that I got from a sample pack, and a loop that I got from a sample pack as well. So you might want to turn down your headphones and your desktop system or whatever you're listening to this on, because it's going to be quite loud. So here's the synth, quite loud, then the kick, nice fat trance kick, and then the loop. Alright, now individually these sound pretty cool, but if we have to put them together, we see straight away what our problem is, and this is going to sound quite crunchy. So let's have a listen. Alright, look at the master fader. Alright, we're suffering digital clipping. Now in the digital domain, arguably we have a higher ceiling than we do in the analog domain, but I mean, it's irrelevant. The point is we are over unity gain, and that is not what we want. So as I said, we need to control the amplitude, aka the volume of the sound source at the sound source itself, not here at its output. Okay, these are the outputs of the sound sources. So if I solo just that bass patch, alright, we could turn down its output, but look at the visual feedback that we get from the signal chain. Alright, you can see that it's still maxing out, okay? And as much as what it seems like we have space here and here on the master fader, we don't, because that's not creating headroom. You still have a very, very hot signal. So we go to the source of that sound. So in this case, it's this Nexus soft synth. Let's drop its volume down to about half. So roughly, about 50 should do. Now with that track at unity gain, let's have a look. Alright, look at this VU meter here at the bottom. Okay, and the track itself, now we have created headroom. So that covers the soft synth. Alright, now let's look at the kick. Alright, now the kick, if we play that back real quick. Alright, we can see that the kick maxes out at 0 as well. If we look at the master fader, it shows clipping. Okay, so same story. We need to go to the clip and control the amplitude of the signal at the source. I don't know how you edit raw audio in your chosen platform, but in Ableton Live you just double click on the clip. We drop its volume by about 10. I just like the number 10, it doesn't matter. So if you look at what happened to the waveform here, let me undo quickly so you can see. Alright, we dim the volume of the waveform, so the waveform is made a lot less. Now we've created a bit of headroom there. And if we go back to the mixer and we look now we've got a bit of headroom. So as much as what this device is at unity gain, we don't have a hot signal, and the master fader agrees. So let's kill that one and listen to the loop. Alright, it doesn't look like it's completely at 0, but it looks like the left channel peaks out a little bit. Yeah, it does. So same story, we need to edit the amplitude of the signal at the source, so we dim by another 10. So you can see over here where those peaks are that are causing the clipping. Again, I'm just using the number 10 as a nice round number. I still count on my fingers and toes. I don't do the mathematical thing all that well, so The number 10 works for me. But ultimately, you can use whatever volume amount you like. So if we listen to that loop now, we've created a bit of headroom, and your master fader agrees. Okay, so if we play the kick and the loop together, alright, that loop's still a little bit loud. Just dim the volume there. So we've created headroom coming out of or going into those two, so we don't have a hot signal, and the master fader agrees. Okay, so if we listen to the bass patch on top of these two, get a wee bit softer. Alright, now we've created a good gain structure across these 3 tracks. And if you look at the master fader with all 3 tracks enabled, alright, we've got some headroom there to play with. Okay, now we can start layering elements on top of these 3 to make a piece of music. So, before I wrap up, I just want to give you a visual representation of what it actually looks like when we have the master fader clipping as horribly as what it did. So I'm just going to create another audio track, and I'm going to call it Horrible, because we're going to see now why. Now you'll notice that these 3 are grouped, and the reason I grouped is so that I could sum the output and record it into this new track that I've created, just to show you what it looks like visually as far as the summed output of these is concerned. So I'm going to quickly restore these to their original volume, put that back down to 0, put these 2 back down to 0. The soft synth, just quickly open that and put that back down to, I think it was 95 if I wasn't mistaken. 95. You know what, it doesn't even matter. 95 was good enough. So I'm going to route the output of this group to the Horrible track. I'm going to arm it. I've created a punch in, punch out. I won't loop it. I'm just going to record. I won't talk while it's recording. Alright, so basically what we're left with here is, this is the combined output of these 3 tracks, and this is what it looks like. You can see that output is completely mashed. It's a problem. You cannot write music like this, and if we edit that clip and we drop the volume down, you can see how square it is on the top. That doesn't help anyone. You just cannot write music like that. So this is the idea of gain staging, guys, and I hope that's been really, really useful for you. Get this idea into your head, transfer it to whatever platform you use, and your mixes will sound a lot crisper and a lot cleaner at the end of the production process. So thank you very much for watching. Keep an eye out on the tutorials playlist for more tutorials from me in the foreseeable future. And again, if you'd like to find out more information about me, do have a look in the information box below, where there are a couple of links for you to explore. If you have any questions, please fire away in the comment section and I'll try to answer, or indeed if you have any tutorial requests, please let me know and I'll see what I can do. Alright, that's all for now. Cheers guys, look after yourselves, bye for now.